Today's mistake is a huge deal if you care about converting your audience into paying clients. If you make this mistake, your conversion rate is going to drop. I'm Amber with Amber Andrews Photography. I'm a personal brand photographer in West Michigan. So this is video number 4 in my series on mistakes entrepreneurs make when hiring a personal brand photographer. Now, just to recap, mistake number 1 was hiring a traditional photographer instead of someone who specializes in personal brand photography. Mistake number 2 was not asking if a commercial use license is included. And mistake number 3 is not getting the rights to edit the photos. Now, today's mistake is mistake number 4, hiring a photographer that requires you to credit them. Now, traditionally, photographers only allow you to use photos online if you link to their website or credit them wherever you use the photo, or use a logoed version of the photo that they give you, which is even worse. Now, while all photographers appreciate getting credit for their work, if you have to link to their site on a sales page or in a Facebook ad, or really anywhere else where you're trying to get people to take action, it will lower your conversion rate. Anytime you add links to outside posts or pages, you risk losing your traffic to those sites instead of them taking the action that you want them to take. This is why it's so important for you to hire someone who understands that it's not always appropriate for you to link to their site or use a logoed photo that they give you, or have to credit them every time you use one of their photos. Now, do I appreciate it when my client credits me in posts and pages when it's appropriate, like casual social media posts or on blog posts? Of course I do. But I would never want it to hurt your conversion rate or make your own content less effective. Now, I do everything I can to help you grow your personal brand and make working with me as amazing as possible. That way that when you hear someone that needs a personal brand photographer, you're happy to recommend them to me. Now, my pro tip number 4 is ask for specific details on how you're required to credit the photographer. Any photographer that requires you to credit them anytime a photo is used doesn't understand basic conversion principles and the needs of you as an entrepreneur or influencer. Now, my bonus tip for today is to ask what rights the photographer has to use your photos in their own business. As photographers, we rely upon the photos that we take of our clients to show new potential clients examples of our work. If you have a very large following and you do not want the photographer to be able to use your photos to market their business, or you want to buy full copyrights to the photos, you'll want to have this discussion with them before you hire them. I know that entrepreneurs and influencers with large audiences often have people who try to take advantage of them and of the brand that they built. Or sometimes maybe they've been burned by people who misrepresent the relationship that they have with them to promote their own business, and I would never want you to feel violated by how your images are being used. Now, that being said, non-disclosure agreements or buying full copyrights to the photos will increase your costs significantly. I found that when you find a personal brand photographer that you trust, they won't misrepresent your relationship because they understand the work that you've put into creating your brand and growing your audience, and they would never want to take advantage of that. So my recommendation is just have a discussion with your photographer beforehand. You can generally work out an agreement that allows them to use their work in a way that's acceptable with both of you, that won't require a non-disclosure agreement or all those extra costs. Now, if you want to hire a photographer that you can trust, who won't take advantage of the brand that you've created, who genuinely has your best interest at heart and will provide incredible photos that help you strengthen the brand that you've created even more, I would love to work with you. Just comment on here or send me a message, and I would love to set up a time to talk with you on how I can best serve you. Now, be sure to check back next week for my last tip, the mistake number 5. Mistakes that you will want to avoid that will make your content creation and social media strategy more efficient, streamlined, and effective. So I will see you next time, guys. Bye.